Hey everyone, this is the Two Black Guys podcast, and we are all here today. All four members, three of which saw the movie. I'll bet you can't guess which one didn't. You probably can't. It's me. I'm just gonna head it off at the pass. Did not see the movie. It's a new movie. It was in the theater. I'm real bad at getting to the theater. I'm sorry. I am bad at it. So apologies up front. I will do my best. We have with us everyone else, though. Jose.
Hey, the wise build bridges while the foolish build barriers.
I don't know what's happening. Kat.
Hey, what happens now? Wait, I forgot. wait, I got it. What happens now?
It's a powerful quote. What happens now? I forget.
Okay. What happens now determines what happens to the rest of the world.
Bravissimo.
It's a weird quote.
You didn't see the movie. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, apparently I should have butterflies in my stomach. How awesome it is. And Shelly, what's this quote going to be?
This course set is really uncomfortable. So can we all wrap this up and go home?
That was a good one.
I feel like that one stands on its own. Don't need to know the context. Got it.
No, you can do a whole scene based on that one.
Yeah, we could. We're not going to. Unless someone initiates it. I'm not. The movie was Black Panther because it's super popular. It's the third highest grossing movie in theaters of all time, surpassing Titanic.
What are the first two?
I believe Avatar. I don't remember the second, but
Titanic?
I will look it up. Nope, it passed Titanic. Titanic was number 3.
What a crime.
Top box office movies of all time.
Pearl Harbor?
Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor. No, Avatar. It looks like
it's probably another Marvel movie.
So here's the problem, for Christ's sake. We're talking domestic. Are you kidding me? Guys, why did you make me look this up? Now my day is ruined. My day is ruined. So number 1, Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Oh.
And we are talking domestic box office. So it goes Star Wars, Force Awakens, Avatar. Even that I'm going to say is a terrible movie. It's fine as a movie, but like it's terrible it should not be the number 1 movie. It was cool at the time, but I don't think it deserves number 1 of all time ever. Then Black Panther is number 3. Then Titanic and then Jurassic World and Marvel's The Avengers, the first one. Now here's the crazy one. What was that?
I feel like Titanic is the only one that really deserves, because like when Titanic was out, the only way you could, I don't know. I just feel like all these other movies are like more modern era movies, and Titanic was like late 90s.
Oh yeah, I think Titanic. Okay, we're gonna go worldwide now, just total worldwide, right? Avatar number 1. Okay, sure. That I knew that was gonna happen. Titanic is number 2 worldwide box office, and it was 1997. Right. So it fucking crushed it. So Titanic still crushing it, right?
As it should.
And then Force Awakens, Jurassic World, Avengers, Furious 7 somehow made it as number 6. Avengers: Age of Ultron, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, Part 1, who knows where the fuck that is. Star Wars: The Last Jedi is already number 9 worldwide of all time. Black Panther, number 10 worldwide of all time, $1.3 billion. And I think if I did not, again, see this movie, and I will, I promise, there's only one white guy in it. And I have to say...
There's two white guys.
Okay, is there any more white people?
No.
Let's count ladies. if there's only 2 white people in this movie and it's number 10 of all time and like number 3 in the US, I feel like we have accomplished something this year for cinema. And also the first woman director?
No, it was directed by a man. I'm pretty sure.
No, not for Black Panther. Oscars. I think first woman director to be nominated for Best Director or Best Movie, Best Picture. I think may have been. Also, there was some pretty big Oscar nomination nods for people that like women that made movies. So finally, like it's not a bunch of coked up white guys making movies because quite frankly, sometimes they're not so great and they're more interesting when you have, say, a different perspective. I would like to argue, ladies.
Actually,
I was really making it but I had to ruin it.
I'm going to argue against you for white men only.
That's right. Let's talk about Gremlins 2 and the story behind just how fucking insane it was that they made that movie the way they did, and it literally involved entirely coked up white dudes in the 80s. It's great. Anywho, I think that's pretty awesome. Everyone seems to agree this movie is awesome. And it was Shelley's pick, so Shelley, do you want to do a short recap? I got a long recap that I mostly followed. It's still complicated to me.
You totally got it. Do you want to do the recap since you heard all about it?
Oh God!
Totally
look, guys, look. Jose didn't say it, but he might have known it. But I'm the only one that knew that Captain America's shield was made of vibranium, and that's an important part of this movie. So, and Wakanda, I believe, is the only source of vibranium because that's where the meteorite containing it struck. Right? Am I right?
And what's the main guy's name?
Coachella. It's T'Challa. I looked it up. I have it on Wikipedia.
Oh, it's T'Challa? Oh, I know how to say that. Wow.
Yeah, it's T'Challa. T'Challa.
All right.
Played by Chadwick Boseman, ultimate badass.
Well, you didn't see the movie, Neil, but Sterling K. Brown did have an appearance in this.
Did he?
Yeah, which blew my mind because I'm like, that guy is in everything.
Wait, why is that name so familiar to me? What is he from?
This Is Us. He wins every award there is out there.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
He plays Randall.
That's motherfucker acts his ass off. He's like the most intense actor to have ever existed. I'm like in awe every time. Like he just acts so hard, but makes it not seem like acting. Like I'm like, this guy is fucking nailing it. I got to go see this because if Sterling K. Brown is even in a part of it and he's acting his ass off, it's got to be worth the third domestic box office of all time. This Is Us. It should just be called This Is Sterling K. Brown's Show.
Pretty much. He's literally in 4 minutes of this movie, if that. But I was like, how did he make it in this movie?
He's a good actor. He does what he does.
Of course he did.
Mad props. Props.
So, plot. Okay. So there's 5 African tribes that are fighting over this vibranium. And if whoever, I guess, ingests the vibranium has the ability to become Black Panther. So this one warrior dude ingests all of it, becomes Black Panther, and he unites all the tribes and forms Wakanda. And Wakandians, is that how you say it? Wakandans? Anyways.
Yeah, sure.
We'll go with Wakandans. That seems cooler than...
Wakandananians?
Wakandananians?
Let's go with that. It's now Wakandananians. That's canon.
The Wakandananians use vibranium to develop advanced technology, but they pretend they're a third world country, so no one suspects that they have all this advanced technology. Sneaky. It's very sneaky. So in the 90s, King, I think he's called T'Chaka, visits his brother N'Jobu, who's living, that's who Sterling K. Brown plays, is N'Jobu. He's living in California, and he accuses him of stealing vibranium, and it's right, so he kills him. So then we fast forward to present day. So King T'Chaka's son, T'Challa, returns to Wakanda to take the throne. And there's a ceremony that's about to happen, and one of the other tribes challenges him, and he ends up winning. So all's good, and he is now the Black Panther. So in not in Wakanda, in the rest of the world, Claw is this guy who's I don't know if he's a former Wakandanian or he just knows about Wakanda, but he's attempting to steal an artifact from a London museum, and he gets it, and T'Challa and his girlfriend and his friend decide to go to South Africa to try to get it back. While they're there, and this is where I'm a little fuzzy. So
Wait, you mean South Korea, right?
South Korea, yeah. Sorry, if you want to jump in here, this is where I'm a little fuzzy.
You know what? I'm gonna go and say that's a big difference.
Not really. I mean, all we're
not really. One of them is like a formerly super oppressed, apartheid nation that's, still versus, South Korea is like a super technology zone. It's like fucking Tokyo and Seoul. It's like fucking bananas. They got technology all over the place. Robots that talk to you that look disturbing.
All right, sorry, South Korea. Get that straight. There's a fight there. And if you want to jump in, Jose, like I said, please go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I mean, essentially,
I'll jump in.
What happens there is they apprehend Claw, and they bring Claw into captivity. They start questioning him about why he wanted the artifact and whatnot. At this point, Martin Freeman. What's his name? Watson.
Whoa! Again, Morgan Freeman and Martin Freeman. So different. Imagine if Morgan Freeman was the main character in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Okay. Well,
number one, don't panic. Get busy living or get busy dying.
Yeah.
I married my granddaughter. That's not creepy. That's true.
So Martin Freeman is an agent for the U.S. He's FBI or CIA, one of those two. He's also questioning Claw. At this point, Killmonger, who we were introduced to earlier, he sets him free, and
sets Claw free. Yeah.
Yeah, he sets him free, and they're meeting somewhere else, and then what is it? He kills him, so he kills Claw, and now that he knows that he is one of the potential heirs to the Wakandan throne, he decides to go there. I guess he grew up with a lot of problems in the U.S. Racism and all this stuff, and his own personal mission is to arm Black people across the world so that they can overthrow their governments in order for them to be the ruling people of the world. And he plans to do this by taking Wakandan's technology and arming the people around the world. So he goes to Wakanda. At this point, they have another fight in order to determine who the king is going to be. Killmonger actually defeats T'Challa. At this point, T'Challa realizes that Killmonger is actually the son of his uncle. His uncle was killed by T'Challa's dad, and he's left to die. But actually, the Mountain Tribe found his body, and they, with the help of a couple other people, Shuri, his sister, and Martin Freeman, they save him, and they say, "Oh, we gotta take the throne back because otherwise this terrible thing is gonna happen. They're gonna arm all these people around the world, and we shouldn't do that." So, I mean, to make a long story short, they gather all these people. The Mountain Tribe follows them. some of the royal army turns on Killmonger, and they defeat Killmonger, who had at that point also acquired Black Panther powers. And at the climax of the movie, T'Challa kills Killmonger, even though he didn't want to. Killmonger wanted to be more of a martyr for his cause than anything else. And at the end of the movie, T'Challa decides that yes, he will go ahead and share the technology of his country with the world, but with far more benevolent reasons behind what he's doing. And I guess he appoints his sister to control maybe how this technology is going to be dispensed. It's touched upon very loosely, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Am I missing anything?
No, that's perfect. I think there's I kind of remember this. There was a little boy at the end that they were focusing the camera on. I kept wondering if that was Killmonger's son.
Oh.
Ooh, that would have been a good twist.
But
Maybe.
nobody ever said it, so I don't know if that's for Black Panther 2 or I just made that up because they were focusing on him. And Killmonger turned out to be Ajobu's son. And
I thought you were going to say they focus in on a child and he picks up a broom and starts pulling off some Jedi moves.
I don't remember that part.
Okay. It was somebody out there gets that reference.
Kat, do you get that?
No, I do not get that reference.
Okay.
You know what?
Right.
Never mind.
Sorry.
We'll discuss it offline.
Let's take it offline. Well, who? Wait. Okay. Who's Okia? Okia? Trying to figure out who that is. Oh, she's part of the Border Tribe. Anyway, I was reading Michonne from Walking is in the movie, which is also awesome. She is a badass.
Yeah, she's like the head guard of the Wakandan Royal Army.
Okay.
Yeah. And she
she's
also
really
helps
badass.
with capturing Claw.
Yeah, women actually had a lot of power in this movie. It was like they actually have a really big fight scene where all the women are like doing real stuff and actually fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is
That's
kind of
awesome.
really cool.
Yeah, that doesn't happen in a lot of movies. I feel like this movie has to have had like a ton of, like I feel like there's a lot of opportunities to really showcase non-traditional / not just white dudes doing shit as actioneers. Because thinking about the Avengers, it's like all white dudes, and then kind of a lady now, right, with Scarlet Witch. I don't know if there's any others. Guardians of the Galaxy has a few.
Well, what about Scarlett Johansson? She's there too.
That's true.
Yeah.
But they're like, she just gets a gun. Although I guess that's better than a bow and arrow. Zing! Take that, Hawkeye. So. Yeah.
Wow.
Come on, a bow and arrow. I mean, he even admits it. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good summary. I feel like there's a lot of twists and turns, and through the middle, I eventually lose track of everything. But let's just say Wakanda. Oh wait, so here's my question. This is a question I have because it sounds like T'Challa gets beaten by Killmonger for kingship.
Yeah.
Does he not already have Black Panther powers? Because I thought Captain America Civil War took place before this, which means he was already Black Panther, which means he already had Black Panther powers. So how was he just beaten and he got more Black Panther power? He got Blacker Pantherer powers?
Captain America has nothing to do with this, except that his is vibranium.
No, after the event, he's in Captain America Civil War. He's in it. Black Panther's in it. And it says, after the events of Captain America Civil War and the death of his father, T'Challa is in mourning while ascending to the throne. So he's getting to be king after Civil War. So then Killmonger comes in, eats the heart herb vibranium thing, and gets Black Panther powers, but like T'Challa already has Black Panther powers.
Wait. T'Challa, when they go to do the challenge thing or whatever, T'Challa drinks some herby liquid and like he gets stripped of his Black Panther powers.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, more than one person can have Black Panther powers at a time, is what I
But I was wondering, like, so wait, does someone like spike his drink with the herbs?
I think they give him a double IPA, and he's just like,
Yeah,
he's like too much hops.
Oh wait, you mean how does Killmonger become Black Panther? Yeah, they do some sort of ceremony after he defeats T'Challa.
No, I thought
him the herb juice, and then
he beat him because he had.
Nobody has powers during the challenge. Nobody.
Oh, so he drank a thing, so he was just a dude because the challenge has to be dude versus dude and not Black Panther versus Black Panther. Got it.
Yeah, because no one would win if it's Black Panther versus Black Panther.
Or would
well, except at the end of the movie, it is Black Panther versus Black Panther because they both have powers at that time.
Oh, you mean at the very end when they're like fighting over that cliff?
Yeah. Well, at the very end of the movie when they're like fighting in the cave. Yeah. And the train's going by.
Right, yeah.
Does that mean whoever wins is the Blackest Panther?
I think you still have to learn how to fight, even if you have Black Panther powers.
Wait, what?
Because if there's two of them, then they both have to know how to fight in order for one of them to win, right? Like they'd still, I don't know what I'm trying to say. There's like still a personal part of them in it, even though they're both Black.
Oh yeah, it's just like if you got Superman's powers, it's like, well, if two of you had Superman powers, whoever actually knows how to like beat the shit out of someone should win, right?
So if I were to acquire Black Panther powers right now, I wouldn't be able to beat anyone up because I don't
like. I mean, well, you could beat up like probably like a normal dude that's like even like an MMA fighter because you're like Black Panther powers. But if someone had Black Panther powers, like if Kat got Black Panther powers and she had been taking like MMA Black Panther judo courses or whatever, and then she's like, I fucking know all these moves, I guess you would get your ass kicked, right? Because it doesn't give you knowledge, it gives you power. Like,
but knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
That's what Mortal Kombat taught me.
Yeah. Oh, is that from Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
For me, that sounded familiar.
Is that in Mortal Kombat? I didn't remember that was in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it's at the beginning, at the opening. Yeah.
Well, I mean, knowing is half the battle.
That's another movie. Surely.
That's G.I. Joe.
The more you read, the more you know.
That's Reading Rainbow. That one I know.
We've tracked down the ultimate power. If you read, you know. And if you know, you've already run half the battle. So that's the only way. That's the way to true power.
All right, Reading. I think I got something then. If that's the case.
Just make it stop.
All right, kids, if you want to grow up to be big and powerful, what's the first thing you're going to need to learn how to do?
Oh, I know this one.
Yes, Peggy.
You are definitely going to have to learn how to read so that you can study up on how to beat other people.
Okay, so you got the first part of that right. You're going to have to learn how to read. But we don't beat up other people. Remember what happened when you beat up Jack the other day?
Teacher, that's dumb. Reading? That's dumb. If you want to be big and powerful, here's what you need to learn how to do. Punch stuff hard.
Okay, again, what have we learned about punching?
It works.
Hurts.
Yes. Okay. It hurts, and then that works. That's what I say.
Hurts you more than it hurts the other person.
Does it? I mean, I didn't feel anything when I punched Jose the other day, and he seemed really hurt.
You didn't feel a little bit of sadness in your heart.
No, I felt great because he really annoys me with all of that reading bullshit.
Well,
I mean,
I can't believe you just said bullshit in class.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
All right, time out for you. Go to the corner.
Aww.
All right.
Wow, that was bad. That was really bad.
Yeah, you seem a little too happy, Peggy. I'd pipe down if I were you. Now, Jose,
Oh,
my
sorry.
star student.
What's the question, teacher? Sorry, my face still hurts. Thank you for picking me to answer, though.
I know that bruised lip that Neil gave you. I'm so sorry he did that to you.
Can I just say real quick, I know I'm in timeout, but see, his face still hurts and my hand doesn't. Look, hand doesn't. Feels great. I'm just saying, turning around now.
But your heart hurts.
It doesn't. I feel great. I feel like I really did us all a service because he's very, very condescending to most of the class and constantly talks down to all of us and makes us feel ashamed of how not smart we are. So really, he's the bully, and I'm defending myself with the only thing I can, my giant mitts.
You can also defend yourself with your words.
I don't understand.
All right, go sit in the corner. I'll deal with you later.
I was merely trying to imply that his theory about the Earth being flat is wrong, and it has been disproven for thousands of years at this point.
I know, Jose. He's just a flat earther, okay? That's how his parents raised him, and we have to respect him for that. That's what he believes.
I don't believe that argument has a platform in today's modern society.
No, I mean, you may think he's wrong, but he believes he's right, and he's entitled to his opinions.
I think that objectively he is not entitled to a wrong opinion. I'm sorry, that's just how it is.
Jose, he disagrees with you, and that's okay. You can disagree with him.
Okay, well, what about all the times that he has caused everyone in class to get weird diseases because his parents don't believe in vaccination?
Well, again, that's his parents' decision. We can't really do anything about it. We just have to accept him for who he is.
Vaccines have been proven to cause autism. Go to any message board on the internet.
Okay.
Jose.
Go back to timeout, Neil. Go back.
What? You cannot suppress my beliefs. These are my beliefs, and you're trying to suppress me. I'm going to file an injunction against you.
I'm not trying to suppress you. No more injunctions. We've talked about this.
Nope, injunctions. It's got to be injunction. You're trying to suppress it. I appreciate you defending my flat Earth rights, but the Earth is flat. Have you ever seen it curve? No, you have not, Jose. Look, the Earth is definitely flat.
You
as
are
I'm
in
walking.
time out. Okay, you are not allowed to speak anymore.
But these are my beliefs.
That's great. Go believe them in timeout. Quietly to yourself.
I have a right to free speech. It's the First Amendment.
You have no rights when you're in timeout.
Oh, that sounds like that's not right at all. That's the First Amendment doesn't say that I have the right to free speech except when in timeout and or incarcerated or you still even prisoners have a right to free speech.
Listen,
they have rights. Prisoners have rights. What am I? A slave?
I am in charge, not you. Go to the timeout and no more talking to me.
I'm gonna go
I'll
ahead
send
and
you to the principal's office.
I would like to file a formal complaint. However, I will not. I will turn around and be in timeout. For now.
I never knew teaching kindergartners was going to be so difficult.
Well,
and scene.
That was a good ending.
Good.
Jose, you really committed to having a that list there.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't think that I would have a good character. Otherwise, I just kind of just wanted to play off the fact that I had gotten hit, apparently. Very effectively, because he had no pain, so it must all be on my face.
I mean, that was, I thought just play off one kid being like, knowledge isn't power. punching people. It like forces power.
Yeah, for a moment there, when you started talking about First Amendment rights, I wanted to kind of just jump in and say, teacher, he's actually right according to the Constitution and blah, blah, blah. And just kind of be like a know-it-all kind of kid. And then maybe at some point the teacher turns on me. But
I mean, I think it would have been funny to do a like we're against each other, and then all of a sudden you're defending all of my rights, and then being like, technically, you're like, they have rights. The Tuskegee Airmen were told to just do what they said, and then it's like they were not informed, blah, 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 and they should have had a right. Like, you could have definitely gone on to some really, like, absurd comparators to timeout for a kindergartner.
Yeah, otherwise, that was tight. That was good.
Tight.
Tight, like that Black Panther outfit.
Guys, I think I ruined a candle over here, FYI.
Wait,
pretty sad about it.
Candle?
Yeah, I had a candle lit, and then
You light candles for our podcast?
yeah, I like to set the mood, and so I had a candle lit, and I wanted to see what would happen if I poured carbonated water on it, which, FYI, some pretty cool stuff happened. And but then I wet the wick too much, and now it's dead. So.
Well, it'll dry out, but my question is, what happened with the carbonated water?
Oh, so when there was like a pool of melted wax, right? Because it had been burning for a while. So when the cold carbonated water hit it, it made it like hardened the wax on contact, but it made this like weird pocked pattern because of the bubbles of carbon dioxide.
Oh, interesting.
It's pretty cool. So sorry, I was running little science experiments over here, but now I have a ruined.
How you know you're a scientist? You do your own personal science experiments during a podcast.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
It sounds like you could use that to maybe do something cool for Etsy, right? Like, what if you made like a candle and it's like the melted wax, and then you cooled it in carbonated water so it made the pock surface? Would that look cool? I don't know. Does it?
I don't know, but do you remember that one candy that was like Aero or whatever? It was literally like chocolate that they had infused with carbon dioxide, and it had all these pock marks. And that's essentially what I just made in my candle. Okay.
I do not remember this.
Well, it wasn't, I don't think it was a big hit because like it was weird.
You mean like Dr. Pepper Gushers, where it was gum that when you bit into it, it was like, I'm pretty sure, pure Dr. Pepper syrup inside.
That sounds so cool.
It was. It was the best. It was like a square or like a cube, and when you bit into it, I'm not joking, I actually think they took like the syrup that they mix with the carbonated water for Dr. Pepper and just filled the gum with that straight up.
And it stayed carbonated?
Oh, no, it wasn't carbonated. It was just the syrup. So it was just uber sweet Dr. Pepper syrup inside of gum.
That sounds so cool.
And it exploded in your mouth.
That sounds so cool.
It's like the vibranium of gum.
Like only one country has it.
It's the most. Yeah, well, the only country that had it was America, and we won all of the wars with it because you can't beat gum with syrup inside.
Nope.
All right, this movie can't be so good that there's nothing to make fun of, guys. So we got to jump into some things.
Well, actually, one thing I thought was kind of interesting about the movie is that I was listening to the radio one day, and a lot of people were getting upset that Black Panther only had 2 non-Black people in it. Like the only 2 white guys were in it, and that whites were very underrepresented in this movie, which I just thought was
kind of infuriating. Look, I'm a white guy, and I don't care if there's only 2 white guys. We're in enough shit, okay, guys?
Well, I don't know what it is about this movie in particular, because there's other movies where white people aren't as well represented either. And obviously there's tons of movies where, there's all white people and very little other people.
There's like no diversity in like every Wes Anderson movie. And no one's mad about that.
But for some reason, people are really upset about this one. I don't know if it's because it's doing so well, or or it's because they were kind of sort of making fun of the one or two white guys that were in there, or because I don't know what it was, but I thought it was really interesting. They were so focused.
I think it might be because it's so big, right? It was a big budget. It wasn't like, and it wasn't. Yeah, I feel like it's not like it's a. I don't know.
It's not a Tyler Perry movie.
I didn't want to. Okay, I didn't want to go there because I'm a white guy. I can't say that, but.
But I don't. I mean,
I will say I watched Medea's Boo. Is that what it's called? Whatever the Halloween one is. I didn't see the second one yet, but I'm gonna watch it because the first one was funny. I don't know if there's any white people in that entire movie, and I'm okay with it. It was funny.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what it was about this movie that got people so pissed off, but there are people out there that are really upset.
I honestly think it's because it's not
It's not a Tyler Perry movie.
It's not an urban market. Yeah, it's marketed to everybody. And they're like, my white kid might see this movie and like it, and it doesn't have enough white people in it. And it's all powerful black people who aren't like street thugs. And so I don't like that. And I'm like, that's absurd. Why can't that be the movie? Why can't Black Panther just be the movie and no one complain about it?
I think people have to complain about everything no matter what. But yeah, there's a lot of black women that have a lot of power in this movie, which is really cool to see. But I feel like that some people may take issue to that as well. Because you don't see that.
Yeah,
in general.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Well, like, again, like, I didn't see it, so I feel like an asshole. But I'm saying, like, I feel like it doesn't throw it in your face. And maybe that's why they're mad about it.
It's subtle. I mean, it's not even a big deal, but I just thought that was really interesting that people are upset about it.
Yeah, like, I just feel like it's because, one, it's a big movie. It was a giant budget. It's done absurdly well. It's made so much money, it's absurd. And it's not in your face. It's just a movie. It's not trying to make a political stance. It's just, this is just a movie. It's normal. We can just have a movie like this. I feel like that's what makes them the most mad, is it's not drawing attention to it. It's just like, no, this is just the movie. We're not trying to say anything crazy. This is just like, we are like everybody else. We can make this superhero movie like everyone else and make the third most money ever in the domestic box office. Sorry, we're just part of the culture now. Like, we're not trying to say, fuck you, white people. And they're like, that's why I'm mad. You're not saying fuck you, white people. You're just trying to make a goddamn movie that's entertaining. And I don't like it. Because I like to be mad about a specific viewpoint. And you don't have it. I don't know. That's why I'm confused. There was a lot of uproar about that. I did hear that. Like, and I'm like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it was about this movie, but I just thought it was so interesting.
I feel like there's something there, but it's like a landmine that
it's not a landmine. I just think that there's I don't know. I noticed that too. And I wondered if people would complain about that. But I mean, I did feel like I couldn't really see myself represented in this movie, and I did feel that I did feel a little bit, shortchanged. Just kidding, I don't give a shit, but it was a good movie.
I was like, whoa, okay.
No,
there's a lot I didn't know about Cap.
No.
Well, yeah, I was like, but isn't like you should feel shortchanged in like every movie other than Marvel movie other than what? Iron Man 3 and Age of Ultron? Because there's Scarlet Witch and she's pretty powerful in that. And Age of Ultron, what's her name? Piper? What's her name? Piper? Gwyneth Paltrow gets powers and actually is the hero at the end of that movie. Otherwise, even white women do shit in Marvel movies.
It's true. This is a nice departure from pretty much every other Marvel movie. It also kind of makes me wonder, like, since everything originates from a Marvel comic, like, what else is there? Like, what is untapped? And when did Black Panther actually come out as a comic? Like, was it recently or was it old? Because whenever I hear comic, like, I know that they're still being made, but I always think like that was out in the 1950s, because in my head that's the only time that comics were made. But I don't know. So yeah.
Wow.
End scene.
The first appearance was 1966.
Wow, I wasn't that far off.
They were pretty comics have been pretty progressive overall. I think Marvel and other comic book companies have tried to represent other folks, maybe not equally, because it's still a business and you go for what sells, but and in the 60s maybe that didn't sell, but he actually appeared July 1966 in Fantastic Four number 52.
Is he a black dude?
Yeah.
In the comics? Okay. Yeah.
Yep. And he was the king and protector of Wakanda. So like it was the same story. And essentially, yes, he was the first superhero of African descent in mainstream American comics, period.
Yeah, I definitely feel like comics, because of their niche appeal and smaller scope of an audience, kind of get away a lot of the time with being a little more progressive. I mean, one example that I can cite is in the Super Friends, they had a character called El Dorado, and he was from Mexico. So
how is that progressive? That's not progressive.
I was hoping somebody would stop me. No, it's terrible. It was terrible. Super Friends was terrible in general. But on that note, I do have something. Ring, 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 ring.
Hello?
Oh, hi. Is this WDZL, the fun radio station?
Oh, yeah, this is totally WDZL. Sorry, I'm an intern. I'm supposed to answer it with a station name, but I just forget.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Jose, and I'm calling because your DJ just 5 minutes ago said that people should call in to talk about the movie Black Panther. I wanted to...
Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, let me patch you through. You said your name is Joe?
No, it's Jose.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Hold on one second. I'll just put you on hold.
Jose. Huh?
Okay. Cut to some dude being on hold in the radio show. Cut to the radio show.
All right, we are here talking about Black Panther. Neil and I are discussing the movie, and we have a caller. Here's our first caller.
That's right, Shelly. Let's get a call in.
Is it Joe? Joe?
Hi. No, actually, not Joe. It's Jose. Hi. Thank you for having me.
What did you say your name was?
It's Jose. It's Jose. It's like San Jose, like that city in California.
We have Joe from San Jose, California.
All right, Joe, what's your question?
You know what, Joe? It's fine. I guess I did have a few feelings about Black Panther. Great movie and all, and I'm glad that it's breaking all these box office records and whatever. But I really, after watching the movie about 28 times and
28 times, really?
Yeah, I have one of those monthly subscriptions things where you can just pay $10 and you can watch.
Oh, wow, Joe, you must be our new #1 fan of Black Panther. Thank you.
Well, see that—that's why I'm calling.
You should get an award.
No, that's not necessary. The reason I'm calling is because I feel like Black Panther, they kind of just don't have any Hispanic actors in the movie. If you notice, like, after the 27th time, I was like, wait a second. Not a single character? I thought I had seen Andy Garcia in there.
I feel like we're really treading on some sticky territory here, right?
Joe,
so, like,
I don't know if we're allowed to discuss this on air, but...
No, but seriously, guys, it's like, I thought I had seen Andy Garcia in there, but no, it was a different guy. And I'm just like, why aren't I being represented?
You mean represented as a white person, right?
No, I'm actually not a white person. I have a Peruvian ancestry, actually.
Technically, I think if you are filling out the U.S. Census, I think you would say white Hispanic, because I fill out white non-Hispanic. I specifically have to say not Hispanic. I think you fall into that category, so you are white. You're in the movie.
You are white. Your name is Joe. You are white.
Mm-hmm. Once again, my name is Jose, and I just, while I might fill that checkbox, I don't know that I've received the census in the past few years.
All right, well, tell us what checkbox you do check when you do have to check a checkbox.
I think I feel refused to disclose.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. All right.
I mean, I'll give you that. I'm going to say that you're probably a coward for it, but you don't have to answer just like on those surveys. You don't have to check a box. You can be whoever you want to be. Maybe you feel African American. I don't know.
Hey guys, this is Kat. I know I'm just the intern.
Yeah, we have a break-in from the intern. Breaking news, folks.
Sorry, you guys know how I like to get on the air, because I'm the intern. But I also
we've warned you about that. Let's limit it to 3 or 4 times a show.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I feel like there's really not enough people practicing bestiality in this film either. And as a practicer of bestiality, I didn't feel like I really saw myself represented in this film.
That's a
again,
good point.
just the intern.
I actually, with a name like Black Panther, you would expect just a little bit of bestiality sprinkled in.
Exactly.
I don't think that's implied.
You don't think so? Black Panther?
Yeah, I mean, Panther's in it, but I mean, it's not Sex Panther or,
But it could be Sex Panther, because Sex Panther is a thing.
Well, I'd like to say
Panthers are really sexy.
I mean, sorry to cut in being the actual caller to the call, but what exactly is this bestiality? I just got. I mean, I know some pretty good English. I got here a couple of years ago. I do know that there's a lot of beasts in the show.
You were born just a few years ago, because you sound quite a bit older.
No. Actually, I'm an immigrant, a legal one, if you're wondering.
Oh.
Yes.
Wait, did you say an illegal immigrant? We may have to call ICE on you.
No, I didn't say.
Oh, Joe, if you would be so kind as to provide us with your address.
Yes, please. That's a box you must check.
Maybe I just. Well, this is a topic for another day.
So, did you, Joe? Did you think you also weren't represented by enough sex with animals?
I didn't think about that. I don't.
How many animals would you say you've had sex with?
You don't have to answer that. That's a personal question.
Well, I feel like
if animals if they've consented. That's the more important question.
Well, that's an important question. The answer for both of those is a 0. That hasn't happened yet.
Oh my God! You don't ask for consent before? That's
that's just great. You have to get any animal you have sex with.
How would you even get
time's up? Them too.
Hashtag meow too.
I feel I am poorly equipped to handle this conversation.
Look, I don't want you blame. This is an English-speaking country, and you can't blame a lack of knowledge of the language to defend your position of not asking consent from these animals that you may and or probably are and or may not be allegedly having sex with or without consent, probably without. As you said, none of them have given it.
I didn't actually say that. I was merely implying that which I have not ever touched an animal in any sort of improper way.
So what you're saying is there's exactly as much animal sex as you want in this movie, which is none. You don't want to see any of that.
Okay, will that get me out of this line of questioning?
Well, it might get you into another one. Kat, what do you think about that? He says he shouldn't have to see people having sex with animals. in his blockbuster Hollywood movies.
I disagree. And
I think he thinks you're a disgrace.
well, my parents think I'm a disgrace because I'm a community college dropout and a radio intern.
But you're our radio intern. I mean, come on. This is a pretty spectacular job, isn't it?
That's right. WXLG. Is that what are we on?
To be yourself and allow you your bestiality ways.
It's true. When I brought that goat in last week in lingerie, you guys didn't care at all.
It was weird. I didn't care, but I didn't say anything, but it was weird to me.
We did hear what was going on, though.
No. Yeah, I do feel safe and supported in this.
Weirdly legal in Kentucky, where we are.
Yeah. Amazing that we get callers from California. But I'm just being
right. We have Joe from San Jose here who says he hates people that have sex with animals, and he also doesn't feel represented. He thinks Black Panther's racist.
Well,
let's go back to Joe.
Yeah, Joe, what else did you think about the movie? What else was in there that you thought should have been in there?
Click! And scene.
Wow, he really went off the rails there. I hope we didn't offend too many people. I apologize.
We our bestiality listeners.
Yeah, I hope we've... Look, Neil, why are you always trying to take us back from the edge? You know, you gotta let us be edgy. You gotta let us like get our edge on. You know.
Look, it's okay. I'm just saying. You know, look, if we offended people who are into bestiality, I'm okay with that. Kentucky, I actually don't think bestiality is legal in your state. I don't think that. So I'm from West Virginia. It's one of those things. I just want to say that was a low blow.
Oh, so you fucked a few cows, probably.
That was a low blow. We don't farm cows. We don't farm. We don't have anything. All we farm is fentanyl and Oxycontin.
Okay, there you go. Oh, boy.
You have to have sex with different types of animals to get those. I don't know. I was assuming you have to have sex with drug dealers. Ooh, dial tone.
Oh, I didn't get your joke, but explained it.
It was more of a, you have to have sex with drug dealers to get drugs, probably. I don't know. I don't really do that type of drug to the degree that you would have to have sex with drug dealers for it. I don't think I've ever done fentanyl. Has anyone done fentanyl? Sounds cool. Do they do that?
What is that?
It's a heroin morphine. It's a morphine derivative, and it's literally killing everyone in Appalachia. Like literally ambulances and I believe cops have to carry emergency drugs for fentanyl overdoses in like some of these states now because so many people overdose on it. It's essentially like morphine, but they're in patches. And there was an article or an interview, I'm not kidding, on like the fucking how bad it is. And someone like in a recovery center in Kentucky said she doesn't know one person who doesn't know another person who has died of a fentanyl overdose. And I'm like, wait a minute. Wow. Literally everyone you know knows a different person who's died of a fentanyl overdose. And they're like, yeah, pretty much. And I'm like, holy fuck.
Well, I was going to tell a funny story, but...
Go ahead. You know what's hilarious? Drug overdoses. Just, you know what?
Take us to the edge.
I was in...
Let's go to the edge.
Went to my doctor's office. Well, I went to like a new doctor's office recently, so it was the first time I was there. And
there's just fentanyl on bowls.
No, yeah. I was in the elevator and I read this advertisement for I think it was naloxone, or it was like one of the drugs that you take to stop an overdose. And the ad for it though was like, ask your doctor about naloxone, you know, if you get too sleepy from taking your pain medication or some bullshit like that. And I was just like, wow, that's really sugarcoating it. Like it keeps you, it helps you if you get too sleepy. Like, seems like you're kind of maybe.
Next time you're comatose, take Naloxone.
Yeah.
Like, maybe don't take so many pain meds that you're passing out.
Also, Jose, you mentioned MoviePass in our skit.
Oh yeah. I forgot what the actual name was, but that's what I was implying.
Yeah.
Found it?
No, but no, because I honestly like only go to the movies when I absolutely have to. But my boyfriend,
You're just fucking twisting the knife. Twisting the fucking knife.
My boyfriend who works the night shift does have that, and he goes to see movies when I go to bed. So if I go to bed at like 9, he'll go to a movie at like 9:30 or 10, and it works out real well for him.
No, it's really convenient.
So what you're saying is he's living the best life.
Pretty much.
Like, I'm pretty sure even if, like, I mean, yeah, Beth falls asleep all the time on the couch at like 9 p.m. But if I just like got up, went to a movie, I'd probably get yelled at. Like, I'm not, and even if she went to bed, like, she's on the couch, but like, even if she was like, I'm going to bed, like, I'm gonna go to sleep, and I was like, see ya, I'm gonna go see a 2.5-hour superhero movie. She
what?
Pissed.
Even if you told her it was for the podcast, it was black.
She would have been fine. She would have been fine if it was for the podcast. But.
So what you're saying?
Say for a podcast every time.
It's more the like, well, when you come back, you wake me up, and then I can't go back to sleep, and all this stuff, and I'm like, but I'm sitting down here like watching horror movies while you're asleep, so I'm still not going to bed any earlier. Like the difference. So yeah, I don't think she would be super cool with me just like going to the movie theater at like 9 and coming back.
I'm like, oh, see ya. I'll be asleep. I don't give a shit. Bye.
So you've actually had this conversation with her, Neil, to where you're like, can I go to the movies?
Yeah.
No.
I'll be like, I'm just gonna go to the movies now. See, especially like if it's something she wanted to see, that would not go over well. That would be like, no, why don't we go later? I'm like, because you're sleeping now, and I'm up for another 4 hours, so I got to do something.
Wow. See, that's tough. That's some opposite schedules there.
Yeah. Like, well, anyway, this is a whole thing. We're getting into real nitty gritty, but I'm like, why don't you just go to bed at 9 o'clock? Just go to bed. Like, just go to sleep and sleep real sleep. Don't fall asleep on the couch for hours. But she doesn't do that. She sleeps on the couch for hours while I'm like.
Are you going to have her listen to this episode of the podcast?
Well, here's the thing. I can say anything I wanted. There is a 0% chance she listens to any of the podcasts. That's how great of a podcast I am.
To be fair, Neil, if she were to keep up with all of your podcasts, it would be like hours of listening, right?
Yeah, it's
pretty regular.
No, it's this one's once a month or less occasionally, and then the other two are once a month, but they're like 4 hours. So yeah, they get broken into episodes. But yeah, they're I podcast enough. If you want legendsoftabletop.com, check my other podcasts out where I run fucking role-playing games for other nerds, and you can be embarrassed for us. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
What else is happening in Black Panther? He's in Avengers, so that's something, right? And he's in Infinity War, so that'll be cool. Again, I probably won't see that in the theater because is anyone else just, can I just say I'm tired of the Marvel, whatever it's called. What's the Marvel
universe?
World, the Marvel expanded universe or whatever it's called. Tired of it. I'm out.
I don't feel that way at all because I just started watching these movies within the past few years, and I'm very selective about the ones that I do watch. Like for the characters where they make a million movies, like doesn't Iron Man have like, I don't know, 8 fucking installments or something for all I know? But like
it's only 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, still, that's
But
like
then he's in a bunch of
Every
others.
single one of them is a gem.
yeah, 3 is like too many. You know, like I just like want to see 1, and yeah, but
But can you keep up? Because this is
No.
literally why I stopped collecting Marvel comics back in the day, was because every fucking Marvel comic from 92 to 2000, every Marvel comic was like, hey, do you want to know what actually has also happened? Like, they'll be like, hey, that person left. I hope they're okay. And then it's like, to find out what happened to them, buy these other 3 fucking comic books you don't collect. Like, none of them were separate. It was all crossovers. So if you didn't watch everything, you had no fucking clue what was happening. And so, like, I feel like that's what's happening now, where it's like, did you see all 10 Marvel movies this year? If not, you missed out on everything that's happening and only enjoyed 30% of what's actually in that movie.
oh, well, Neil, that's why you just need to get a boyfriend who you can take to the movies with you, and then you can ask him questions while you're watching.
That's what I've been saying.
Neil just needs a boyfriend. Any takers?
Yeah.
If you want to be my boyfriend, email us at, I believe it's twoblackguydspodcast@gmail.com.
Oh my God, we have an email? Have we been
Yeah.
getting messages?
No, but we
Yeah,
have
this
it.
might be the first time. And
Yeah.
Two Black Guys Podcast. If you like a bear, I'm all over it. Look at this beard. And look at this chest hair, baby. I'm all over it. I'm not gay though, but you could be my boyfriend. And,
I mean, for movie going purposes.
but I can't do it. I can't do it, Kat. That's the thing I hate the most. Is
You
being
can't-
in a movie and having someone,
Oh.
aka another someone that does go to movies with me, be like, "Who's that person?" Or like, "Wait, where have I seen that guy?" And I'm like, "Shut up! There's dialogue. I gotta know what's happening." It's like I shut up. Just shut it.
All right, so if you want to be Neil's boyfriend, you can't talk during movies.
No.
You have to be into bears, and you need to provide a profile picture and it's a description of yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
also, you should probably be local to what, Tampa?
Sure.
Yeah, in the Tampa area. Or
Also-
willing to drive or relocate to be Neil's friend.
Yeah. Or also how much you make a year, because I'm not paying for any of these dates. Like, you better be taking care of this guy right here. Number
Wait,
one.
they have to
priority.
pay for you?
Yeah. Well, if they're my boyfriend.
Oh, when they have movie pass.
It's like the worst friends with benefits.
Yeah. There are no benefits. Only friends.
Therefore, why are they paying?
For my company, it's scintillating conversation.
You're watching a movie.
Let's cut to the drive home after a date. So I feel like things weren't really clicking during the movie. I mean, I paid, so I felt like at least you should be like okay with that. But you seemed really standoffish.
Well,
Okay, look, okay. Is this the elephant in the room? Because it was in the profile that I'm polyamorous. And I was under the impression you were both aware that this was a tricycle date. There's 2 dates. Like, you guys don't have to go on a date. But
okay.
we're on a date and we're on a date. But like, if you guys are also on a date, that's fine. I'm totally open to it.
I will admit I was a bit miffed about the fact that I didn't get the armrests, and sorry, that just kind of snowballed after like the beginning of the movie. I felt like I should have asked about it, but I didn't because I repress. That's what I do, and you've known this for a while.
Wow. I mean, that's really open and honest, and I appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, I think if you want the armrest, you should just tell me you want the armrest. I mean, I don't have to. I could move halfway back. I could move halfway to the front. I mean, there's plenty of armrests for us to share, I feel like.
I kind of didn't like the fact that you didn't let me sit in the middle. It felt really awkward because it felt like you guys were discussing things during the movie, and I had no idea what you're talking about. And I don't know, I just felt really left out.
Yeah, but now see, if you were in the middle, like, how am I going to talk to him during the movie? Then I'd have to shout across you. That seemed really rude. And I didn't know you. You guys don't communicate with me all the time, so I didn't know. Were you guys on a date also together?
Well, I mean, there was a kind of an arrangement that if things kind of seemed like they were working out, then we would call this a date. But on the occasion that things weren't clicking, we were just gonna say, never mind, let's not call this a date, and we kind of just didn't really settle it, and now it's all it's all out there. So I mean,
yeah, I mean, I feel kind of awkward now. I mean, like at dinner, I didn't feel that vibe between you two. I felt like maybe you were into the waiter.
Thank you for bringing up dinner, because when we said we were going to share that Neapolitan ice cream.
Yeah.
You knew that I wanted the strawberry. Actually, I don't even care about the other flavors. I don't.
We didn't think you had room left for ice cream. You inhaled the onion rings.
I did not inhale. I chewed 32 times as it is recommended. I wanted that strawberry.
We ordered 2 blooming onions, and you inhaled both of them.
Okay. I'm sorry if I feel like the portion size is not adequate for a man of my proportions. I'm just pointing out here that there was chocolate smears all over the strawberry, and I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Wow. I mean, I thought you were okay with, mixed colors and flavors together.
Well, that's not a discussion we've had, has it been?
I mean, you knew the date. I mean, you knew the situation, and then I felt like, I mean, you didn't say you only wanted the strawberry, and what's the point of Neapolitan ice cream if you don't eat some of each? Because then it's just look, if you don't have 3 different flavors, it's just boring. Then you might as well just pick 2 fucking flavors and swirl it. That's fucking everyone does that. That's in every soft serve machine in America. Who wants that?
Hey Neil, do you mind dropping me off at the next stop?
What? Like the next stop sign?
No, like the next bus stop. Like, I just feel like this is a date that you guys are on.
No. We were definitely on a date. I agree with you. He ate too many of the onion rings.
Right.
Way to qualify it. Sure. Go ahead. I've said my piece.
I've been just listening to your conversation now and at dinner and at the movies, and frankly, I just don't feel like I'm in this relationship.
Really? Because I thought we really connected, last week at bowling with Kat. I thought we all hit it off.
Yeah, again, you and Kat were just together bowling, talking, and making googly eyes at each other. And I was sitting there waiting for my turn to bowl. You didn't even put my name to bowl. It was Neil and Kat. My name wasn't even on the list.
Really? Let me.
I sat there and watched you guys for 2 hours.
I just thought you liked to watch, and I thought that was maybe your thing.
Famous last words.
Don't even get into this.
Okay.
Hold on. We're gonna hold on. I'm just gonna take this in the car. Hello, Kat. How's it going?
Oh, hey, Neil. Hey, great time at bowling last week. Really loved that trike date that we were on.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. I thought it went great. I'm not sure everyone thought it went great. I'm sitting here with Shelly and also Jose.
Hey, Kat. How's it going?
Hey, Jose.
You guys know each other?
Oh, yeah. We had a group date of 8 people two weeks ago, I think. Right, Jose?
Yeah. I mean, Neil, you have to understand that here in Kentucky, polyamorous peoples are kind of like a handful, so we kind of know each other from the online group.
Yeah.
Wait, But like 8 people? 8 people seems like a lot of people. I don't look, everyone to each their own. But 8 people? Whoa.
It was 8, yeah. I don't know.
I mean, I don't want to judge, but Shelly, were you on that date also? Sounds like
yes, I was on that date, and you guys probably forgot that I was there too.
Well, I mean, some people had a lot of fun, and some people just sat there in the corner sulking.
There wasn't even enough room in the limo for me. I had to catch a cab and meet you guys, and no one even noticed.
Well, you know, what's wrong with every once in a while, you know, just putting your resources out there and saying, hey, you know, don't need to share this space necessarily. What's wrong with that? I mean, you came with us.
And you left without me.
I
went to the bathroom and you guys were all gone.
We didn't know how long you were going to be in there. Sorry. I guess I assumed incorrectly. Yeah, this has happened before. You
said to you, I will be in there for 2 minutes.
Okay. Well, the lavatory is for public use. You should learn to share with the community around you.
Cut to a bar with a new guy and Shelly, just the two of them. So yeah, that's what I do. I'm an accountant. So what do you do?
Me?
Yeah.
You're talking to me. No one ever talks to me.
Wait, who else?
I don't know. No one ever talks to me.
I thought you're you're Miss Kitty 1983. Right?
Yeah, that's me, but you don't understand. I go on these dates and people just don't talk to me.
I'm confused. What else do you do? I mean, what else would we do? I mean, it's just the two of us. I mean, there's other people at the bar, but why do I want to talk to them?
They're leaving me. They're not talking to me. They're leaving me out of their conversation. They're leaving me out of their plans. They're leaving me out of their goddamn, like, bowling shit. You know, when you put the names on, my names aren't even up there. Anyways, I didn't really know this was going to be a date where you were talking to me. I wasn't expecting this.
I mean, that was my plan, but I guess if you want to not talk,
no.
I'm going to sit here.
I have so much to say.
And a girl walks up. Is this seat taken? Yes. No. I mean, she's. There's no other. You can just take a seat wherever. It's fine. And the girl sits on Shelly's lap. So, how's it going? Come here often?
What are you doing? Why are you sitting on my lap?
I just thought that it was a good spot to just park myself. Why not?
But you have to get off my lap. We're on a date.
Well, I mean, that way he doesn't have to be shifting between the two of us. He can just look in this general direction. He has all of our attention. What's the problem? Have you not done this? The Europeans do it all the time.
No, you don't understand. No one ever pays attention to me on dates. No, this isn't happening.
Yeah. So, what do you got? You are fat. I like a bold personality, and that was a bold move. So, what do you do?
Oh, I'm an accountant.
Me too.
Yeah.
I would just like to say that I'm a doctor, by the way.
Whatever. You ever debited something in the credit column and it just messes all the numbers up and you have to go back and like fix it for like hours?
I know exactly what you're saying, but you know what? You can just take a couple shortcuts on the Excel sheet. I'll show you quick right now. I can show you on my phone.
Wow.
So I work at the hospital, the only hospital in town.
Yeah, that sounds great. I mean, like, I guess you like save lives or whatever, probably, but you know, I mean, numbers save lives. You can't, if you don't account for all the expenses, hospital goes out of business, right? Am I right?
Yeah. The man knows what he's talking
Look,
about.
she is an Excel super user. That macro she just forwarded me, mind blowing.
Yeah, well, you know what's also mind blowing? The fact that I cure cancer.
I don't believe that. I feel like you're overselling it now. You're like trying real hard. You're trying really hard at first. I felt like maybe we had this connection, but now I feel like you're really trying to impress me. Like it seems a little desperate.
You know what? I have to go to the bathroom now.
All right. Well, we're gonna go home. I don't know if you want to come with. I have a chair in the corner if you want to like watch or whatever. Seems like that's what you're kind of into.
I'm done with the watching. I want someone to participate with.
All right, see ya.
And scene.
And scene.
I did not see that scene going that direction.
This
But
is what a man date with you for look like, apparently. With
yeah, a man date with me also includes a lady who's mad.
it could be Beth. Maybe she tagged along.
Yeah. Maybe I can talk to the dude and she'll get mad that I'm not paying enough attention. It's all working out for Neil.
Yeah,
No, I probably should have jumped in that initial scene. I just wasn't thinking.
No, I think it was fun. I thought it was fun. I thought it worked pretty well.
Yeah, that was great. I liked the way that worked. Also, sorry I just died in the middle there. It's raining real hard here, and my internet went out for a second.
It's okay. I figured we played it as your call dropped in the car, and then
Oh, that's perfect. There you go.
we worked with it. But yeah, I thought it was funny to do like I had no idea where that was going to go. So like the people not paying attention to you, I thought was a funny that's where I was going to try to lead faster to the someone comes in and just sits on you or shoves you on you're not even there and you're like, what is happening? But I thought it was funny that you seemed like you had hope for a second of wait, this guy's actually talking to me. And then it's he's kind of I don't know what's happening here, but this other lady can sit down.
Yeah. That's what happens in polyamorous relationships, I guess.
If any polyamorous people are listening to this, they are furious.
Or maybe they'll call in or write to the email and tell us how it really works.
Two Black Eyes Podcast at gmail.com. Tell us how wrong we are about your relationships.
Maybe nobody feels left out.
Or singles, or singles, couples. I'm sure we have offended a lot of people. If you'd like to yell at us, Two Black Eyes Podcast at gmail.com. And, if you want to go out on a man date, I'm probably not going to make out with you. Because I like to withhold affection.
And your wife might really yell at you for that one.
Yeah, I'd get in a lot of trouble. If it was a man date, go do manly things that she doesn't want to do, but does not involve any potential to make out, she'd be totally cool with it. But if you expect me to make out with you, that's not going to go over well.
So basically, if you need a friend, call Neil.
Yeah, if you need a friend in Tampa, Two Black Eyes Podcast at gmail.com. I sit around my house a lot. I have a lot of time to do whatever. It's not making out. Call me. And by call me, I mean email me. I'm not giving out my number on the internet. It's not going to happen.
Cool. So that was Black Panther, everyone.
So we did a lot of scenes about the movie. I think overall, it seemed like everyone seemed to dig it.
Yeah.
I should probably see it.
Yeah. I would definitely say that it is, how do you call something that's relevant to today's times? Topical?
Timely.
Yeah. Timely. Yeah, that's better.
Sure.
Has a lot to make you think. Very interesting villain. Very much not, I'm going to take over the world, so defeat me. Which is a lot of the other Marvel villains.
I also appreciate that it doesn't sound like the entire end fight is let's throw literally thousands of nameless, random, inconsequential aliens / robots / something that doesn't matter whatsoever if you kill all of them for 40 minutes. And it sounded like there was actually a villain and not, see Iron Man 2, 3, Avengers, Age of Ultron. I think Thor 2 might have done that. Avengers 1 also. Both Avengers movies. All they do is throw nameless bullshit at you. Fodder. Cannon fodder. That they murder for an hour. Guys, have a real villain. Have stakes. And Ultron doesn't count. So that's what I'm saying. I'm all into this. There's an actual villain situation.
There's a villain, but he actually has a purpose. It's not the greatest purpose, but it's also, you can almost see his point of view in some ways.
Yeah. Like, I'll give it that. Or even like, Iron Man 1 had, what's his name? The board member that for some reason had a giant robot built that was not as good as Iron Man's, but was kind of good. Whatever. At least that was a dude, even though that wasn't like, sadly, that Hulk movie had with Abomination had a better villain, because at least the Abomination was like a superhero. Come on, guys. Have a superhero fight a superhero. Who cares if they have to kill them or subdue them? That happens in every comic ever. Just bring them back. Be like, I don't know, our writer didn't read that comic.
There you go. Neil's recommending everyone see Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice.
I didn't see that. All I know is they team up because the moms had the same name.
Yeah,
Classic.
Way to summarize that one.
Yep. All I know is if someone said my mom's name was the same name as my mom's name, I'd be like, we're instantly best friends, even though we've been trying to murder each other for the last 17 days.
Okay.
Partners for life. All right. Shelley, final thoughts. This was your movie.
Well, I don't really watch a lot of Marvel movies, period. It's probably my first one.
Wow.
Maybe second. I don't know. If I have watched it, because somebody forced me to. So this one I actually saw with one of my friends, and we were trying to see, the normal movie. It was sold out, so we ended up watching it in 3D. So it was like fully involved in it. It was actually really, really good. I was kind of iffy if I actually like it, because like I said, I never watched any comic book movies ever, but this was really good. I was definitely engaged the whole time, and I definitely recommend it.
Sounds like, look, even a non-comic fan loves it. So I think that's a pretty big selling point for this movie. I'm gonna have to see this movie. I don't know about Infinity War. If you want us to see that as one of our movies, you can email us. I'm not saying the email again. It's already been said 1,000 times. And if you want us to do any particular movie, email us. We'll do it, probably.
Oh, we will definitely do it.
That is a wild challenge. I'm going to hope there's no Two Girls, One Cup, the feature-length movie.
Oh, yeah.
Because if there is, we're not doing that.
That's a movie? They made a movie? Whoa.
No, I'm saying there better not be. I'm saying someone could suggest some really demented things. Okay, let's say we'll do any movie that was released in movie theaters in the United States.
Or India, maybe.
Yeah, we did
India. All right, we'll do India. I'll give them India. They're not going to put anything absurdly insane in their theaters either. So I don't know what countries might, but there could be some rando tiny country that's played like demented snuff films. I don't know.
It's probably like Romania.
Like Liechtenstein or Luxembourg. I just burned you, 200,000 people. But yeah, if you want us to do a movie, twoblackguys@gmail.com, let us know, and we'll do that movie for you. All right, that's it for today. Everyone's getting tired, and I got to go eat some dinner before my next podcast because I've got so many of them. It's absurd. This isn't live. You're not seeing it live, but I will post it probably as the next episode. So I will be on another podcast in an hour that you won't know about, so you can't watch it live. But legendsoftabletop.com, I will run 2 games there. Do that. Bird's Coffee Company, buy my coffee. I roast it with these 2 hands, sort of, and a roaster. But these 2 hands manipulate that roaster. Order it online. It's the best coffee you'll ever have. Does anyone else have something to plug? I like to plug all of my companies.
Are you done with all your companies?
No, I have more, but they're not consumer facing. So, if you want to play PUBG with me, you can send me an email, and I'll add you to my Steam, and we can play PUBG or any other video games that I play. Also,
I think I just heard you say the whitest thing I've ever heard you say, which is I have more companies, but they're not consumer-facing.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
I'm the worst.
It's okay, Neil. It's okay. Just be you. Just do you, boo boo.
Yep. Look, none of these companies make money. I actually pay to keep them going. So until those pay off, don't email me for money because I don't have any. None of these companies have made money, by the way. Well, I mean, they've made revenues, but they break even at best. So.
Well, I have something to plug. If you want to look at two corgis, just follow Chunky Corgi Bros in Instagram. They're my dogs, and my wife takes pictures of them.
And one of them is a puppy, and it's adorable. I love it!
Yeah, he's a kid.
All I want to do is hug that dog.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
All right. This has been the Two Black Guys podcast. I don't know who picks next. Oh my god, the best thing of all time. Oh my god, I want to hug that thing so bad. I'm distracted. I could watch that all day. If you just had a camera of that dog all day.
He's all right. All right, get out of here.
Anywho.
Get out of here.
Check us out. I think Twitter is TBE Pod. At TBE Pod, and Instagram at TBE Pod, and the Gmail, and twoblackguyspodcast.com is the website. And tell your friends, tell one friend to listen to an episode, just one. And let's get us some more listeners, because we do fun stuff, even though we act like a bunch of jagoffs most of the time because of me. So, next up, who knows? I don't even know who picks next, but it'll be a cool movie. Or if you email in, maybe it's your movie. All right. We are out, guys. Any last words? I'm going to take that as a no. See ya!